house or something that may used to belong to the property owners, but it's not. Really cool gate though. Infrastructure like that kind of is what makes places like this really interesting. I mean, I shouldn't say that this single thing, but it definitely adds something. I think we're just gonna follow it for a little while here. Wow, it dips down. It feels almost medieval in a sense. There's literally people on the other side of the wall. A lot of these are incredibly new, so I don't want to disrespect anybody or mourning families, but what an incredible section here. And again, I love this epic wall. Hi. How you doing?
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's wonderful. I was gonna head down this way, but I think I'm just gonna keep heading. There's like a little pathway. I'm sure it's probably just where the maintenance workers have been driving, but I don't know, I just find this really incredible. And we'll stop and look at some historic stuff along the way here as well. I just want to see if we can spot anything interesting along the wall too. Alright, let's look at a few of these statues. Oh, I actually probably should head back. I need to pick up my car. Yeah, definitely. If I can say one thing about this thing, or about this place, I mean, and the trends here, it's these epic statues on the top of the memorials. There's so many of them. Alright, there is a little building over here. I think it's probably just a maintenance shack. I don't think it's anything historic, but we'll take a quick look at it and see. And if not, I'm gonna go on another car finding mission here. Yeah. Looks like it might have used to have been a house. I'm not really sure what it is. Oh, chemical storage. It's interesting. Alright, well. I think you can tell some of my frustration. This place is so huge. It's so hard to even choose which direction to go. And then once you get far enough, you start to get a little afraid that you're never going to be able to find your way back to your car. And of course, this is one of those places that lock the gates at night, so it's like you don't want to get your car accidentally stuck inside and have to walk somewhere or take a taxi or an Uber, and so it just makes it a little bit difficult in choosing a specific direction. And another amazing pathway going up back towards my car here. Actually, no, I am going the wrong way. See, this is why I'm always afraid. I got turned around and my car is actually that direction. But worthwhile to take a look at this. Again, a lot of amazing statue work, and mostly newer memorials though. So it's interesting. Almost reminds me of like an old like millstone or something, where you would put stuff in the center, or there would be a bigger stone that would sit on top and pivot it around the center to grind things up. So I wonder if that's what that is. Like a really old-fashioned flour mill of some sort. Look at that. That wasp nest might be in use. Well, I stopped the car again. I found another site of a famous person in the Louisville area. This person actually is named James Guthrie and is one of the people that helped to build this town of Louisville. And so I thought it'd be really interesting. Obviously, you can tell we're not doing this as part of the Mausoleum or Celebrity Grave series. This is, and I'm now realizing that there are so many statues here, as I've been talking about, that we're just going to do a separate part on the statues alone, most likely. So that's probably what you're seeing this on. So let's get out and look at some of this work here. I'm not sure if it's specifically for this person. It is the gravesite of them, but the statue work is right next to it, but we're going to include it all together here. So you can kind of get an idea of what his place in history is. And so Louisville really wouldn't be the city it is today without this man here. And then next to it is some amazing work as well. Some very colorful stone here, and quite the epic looking sculpture. Well, I guess multiple, I don't know what you would really call it. I guess it's just one big piece, but the scene that they've depicted is really cool, and must have taken a lot of work to get that done and then transport it here. It kind of makes me wonder how many pieces it was in originally, or if it was moved all in one piece. There is some damage that's been done over the years. It kind of looks like normal, kind of natural wear and tear. You can see where originally the staff that the angel's holding actually went all the way down. And this is interesting that these names are facing the memorial so close. Since being approached by a very violent gang. Right next to it is another memorial in the same fashion. I'm not sure if I'm seeing this right, if these are just little wild berries. It almost looked like strawberries for a minute. Well, we'll see here. It's the same exact styling and stonework. Well, not exact, obviously, but there's no mention of the last name Wilder here. So it must have just been that one of the works was inspirational to the other one. And you get kind of another interesting story. You can see all natives of Londonderry, Ireland, and actually had his parents reburied here in Kentucky, which was quite the post-mortem trip. It's very, very interesting, but back then it wasn't quite as unusual if you read the history of like Lincoln and his burial. Back then it was a little bit more common. And let's get a look at this big plaque here in the back, but I'm gonna go down some of these rows and get some of the names too, and you can see the mention of Guthrie and a lot of them. I want to check this out too. I don't see any writing on it. I suppose it could be a religious thing as to why some of the headstones are facing one way and some the other. I don't know if this is... Oh yeah, okay. There's a Guthrie name on it. I was going to say, it was so close, I would be surprised if it was completely unassociated. But again, the amazing artistic work that's done in this place. And before we head there, I just want to check out this smaller one, because as you can tell, maybe you can't tell, but when we get closer you'll see it's the same exact type of stone. I think somebody mentioned what type of stone it was, but let me know in the comments if you know better, or at least better than me. Let's head around and check out the front. It seems to be pretty common. Actually, I'm not sure on that one up ahead. It looks like that might actually be decay and lichen growth. But you can see again how hard it is to make it anywhere planned. Because the moment you try to make a plan, you see yet something else that looks interesting, and so you kind of have to head that way. This is an 1877 grave of Eliza Mitchell. Alright, let's keep walking and then we'll kind of wind our way around to the monument I was intending to go to. Is it just me? I mean, I'm not saying anything, but is it just me? Another name I've never heard of, Shallcross. And I can't tell if this is the same stonework again, or if it does look like it, but I can't 100% tell based on stuff like this, where it looks like maybe there's been some sort of liquid drainage over the years. And there's nothing above it though, so I don't know what would cause decay to look like that. So maybe it really is natural. But it's odd. Maybe they bleached it right there, just so that it would be more visible. But it's kind of interesting that it looks like where the rain would have been, where the monument would have been protected from the rain, you can see this pathway that the water would have taken. So I don't know, it's interesting, but the only other thing I can think of is that's from years and years and years of being sprayed with a hose to clean it off. If they had maybe power washed it because it had been subject to heavy lichen growth or something like that, then the iron in the water may have, over all the years, discolored it. But let me know what you think. I know some of you out there actually do this and actually clean stones, so if you know, pass that information along. Look at this. This is like the creepiest thing in the world that you could ever find in a cemetery. Is that a dead rose bush, maybe? I can't tell. Maybe it's not even dead. It sure looks that way. And directly behind it is one that has fallen, and not the only one that we've seen here. It does seem that there are quite a few in this section, though. Let's see a little hidden one here. But like I said, it is hard to spot everything, even being a worker in these places, because as you can tell, it's just so massive. Even if this section were the whole cemetery, it'd be massive.